Hello, what is poppin' YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here. We are doing a couple of combos showcasing you two different ways you can play sharks, right? There is the build of sharks that I piloted for the locals. That will be on the second combo, but this first combo is for your more, more generic run-of-the-mill shark deck, and this is kind of what the game plan you guys kind of want to go for and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start off with a buzzsaw shark. I don't think I think it's just buzzsaw shark, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Or, I mean, if it is buzzsaw plus big jaws, then it's a little nutty. But buzzsaw shark resolving, XYZ Remora is probably your most important extender in the deck, right? You can have other extenders if you're buzzsaw shark or your abyss shark or your big jaws if it gets interrupted in any way, but them not getting access to your Remora is kind of, it really dilutes the ceiling of how much you can do without that XYZ Remora. So we went ahead and went for the Virtue Dragon first because being able to recover that XYZ Remora from the graveyard is also important from the start. I mean, if you have other extenders in your hand, you can go for Toad. If you can make another rank 4, then that's fine. But yeah, most of the time that's not going to be the case. So yeah. Anyway, we're using the Virtue Dragon's effect. And well, before we do that, we need a material on an Xyz monster to use this effect. So we're going to use the Virtue Dragon to be able to detach a material from any Xyz to add XYZ Remora to your hand. Now, you need materials on another Xyz to at least be able to summon it, right? But we're going to discard this spell so we can put up a rank 4 that is not a number monster for a utopic line. And we can use the Dark Lancer to add an XYZ card back to our hand. And since the equipped spell is treated as an armored Xyz, we can add it back to the hand. So we activate the spell so we can meet the condition for Big Jaws to be able to summon itself from hand. And that is how we were able to summon it and add the Abyss Shark. And we summoned it and we added Crystal Shark. And remember guys, Abyss Shark and Crystal Shark are only level 4s if you Xyz with them using a number monster and whatnot. So if you're not using a number monster, then you have to go into rank 5s with those. So XYZ Remora comes out and we go and summon our Big Jaws and whatnot, and yeah, we're cooking. I think we're gonna make a second Bahamut Shark here. Yes, we're gonna make a second Bahamut Shark, and then we are going to, we're trying to put everything in defense because we're just trying to assume that we are going into a, what's it called? We're assuming that we are going to, just play against the, assuming you're going against Senpai. Especially if they make you go first, but you just never know, right? So, what do we got here? We have a lot of interactions. So, we have 2 Kraken pops here. So, that's automatically 2 pops. We have a Toad Negate. We have a Dark Lancer Steal, which will happen when we put the trap card in the graveyard. But some are probably wondering, well, how are we going to put the trap in the grave if we don't have any monsters to overlay with? Trust me, we're about to have them because we want to overlay the Bahamut Shark and the Ray Lancer, the rank 4 Lancer, the Utopic Lancer, but we do not want to overlay a Kraken. But what we do have coming out is Kraken spawns, thanks to the Virtue Stream being able to pop one of the Krakens. This is why in a lot of our combos we make 2 Krakens a lot of the time, so we can pop with Virtue Stream, and then the Kraken spawns can still pop cards because everything on the field is still a water monster. So, now that the Kraken spawns came out, you get 2 more additional pops and whatnot. And now with the full armored Xyz, you can overlay with one of the spawns that you previously used to pop a card. And now you can summon Draco Future. Toad gets its effect to be able to recycle another card because we did put Toad under one of the spawns as a material. And Utopic Draco Future comes out. And now that is an additional negate. And of course with Dark Knight Lancer we get a steal. So we get 4 pops in total off of all of the Kraken monsters. We get 2 additional pops off of Virtue Stream, which is 6 pops. We get a steal off of Dark Lancer, we get a negate off of Future, and we get a negate from Toad. That is 9 interactions, which is insane. Anyway, yeah, so this is kind of the thing that you have to you get to look forward to a little bit and whatnot. Now, if you just started with Buzzsaw Shark, you could just summon Big Jaws instead of Raymora, and then you could add the Big Jaws to your hand with the Virtue Dragon, activate the equip spell, summon out your Big Jaws from your hand, so you can go into Abyss Shark and then Abyss Shark into Raymora. So let's just go ahead and get on to the second combo. So this is what I piloted for the locals, and we are playing the Mermail package over here. Abyss is a shark monster, so you know it's only natural that it's supposed to fit into a shark deck. So again, one of the key benefits with this particular engine is not only just full combo without normal summoning, right? But it's another way to get to XYZ or more, because let's say you did have Buzzsaw Shark, Big Jaws, or Abyss Shark, right? With extenders, right? If any of those 3 cards get interrupted, you're not getting to your Raymora, right? And therefore, your combos get so much weaker. So you're going to see, for those that watch the profile, you're going to see where the Beautiful Princess comes in and why we play one Beautiful Princess and 2 Buzzsaws instead of 3 Buzzsaws. So the Virtue Dragon comes down, we're going to add our Virtue Stream. Now, you could argue that we could have just summoned Toad right here, and we could have, right? We could have definitely just summoned Toad, but we're at the point to where we are already nibbable anyway. So you know, we would just go for the free value in the first place. So we go for Coral, and we go for our Beautiful Princess, summon our Big Jaws. Big Jaws will allow us to add our Abyss Shark, which proceeds to not Xyz lock us, by the way, because, it didn't summon itself from the hand. It just got its effect when summoned, which does not Xyz lock you, so we can continue to Link Climb. So we're going to have to use all of our materials to go into Link 3 because we need space. So, we're going to make our second Bahamut Shark, and we'll detach for Toad. Again, this is one of those situations where I really do miss the third Bahamut Shark. This is why I do want to play more copies of the Silent Sea Nettle for this reason and whatnot, because, you know, you do want to make... Obviously, you still want to make Kragan and on some, like a rank 4 play for your full armored XC so you can have the steel for Dark Knight Lancer. But being able to have another Toad is always nice and whatnot. So, the reason why we add the Abyss skill to our hand is so if we end up having to add a Big Jaws to our hand, or if we have a Big Jaws in hand already, we have a spell that we can activate and then fulfill the spell condition for Big Jaws. So, here we are. We need one more body because we want to be able to make 2 Kragans. We have an Abyss Shark and whatnot. So, I'm assuming we're going to make our first Kragan here. And we are going to end on 2 level 4s in just a second. I'm pretty sure that that's what we're about to do. I think we're just going to Abyss Shark and then we're going to add follow-up. So if we end up, okay, so we do get our Crystal Shark. All right. I don't know if we make another rank 4 here or not. We do? Okay, so we make another Kragan. I was like, no, there's no way. Not in this situation, because we're not playing F-Zero. We're not playing Utopic Future in this build. So we have all the follow-up we need, right? We got our Crystal Shark incoming, right? We got our Abyss Scale, so we can negate things like Super Poly. We can negate Dark Rulers with that Abyss Scale. We have our Toad. We have our 6 pops still, right? Because you still have your 2 Kragan spawns. You have your Kragan itself. So you got 6 pops. We got a Toad negate, the Abyss Scale negate, and a steal off of the Dark Lancer and whatnot. So this is still basically game for a lot of these matchups. And keep in mind, right, the water changing aspect matters a lot, right? It matters against like Fiend Smith. It matters in decks that want to summon Chaos Angel and whatnot. So turning everything on field to water is still pretty decent. It's decent against a certain amount of decks, right? As I've noticed, from playing into this locals and whatnot. So this is it for me, guys. This is just quick tutorials on how you want to play the deck, especially if you want to go for an Abystius line. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, all right? Like I said, I think Sharks have a lot more potential than meets the eye. Obviously, Mermail, we know that has potential, but Sharks is another water deck that definitely cannot be scoffed at. That can play a lot more non-engine. And so, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. J Money, and I am signing out.